What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp, and today we are going to be talking about the differences between the 6.5 Creedmoor and the 6.5 Grendel. This should be a good video, so let's get right into it. So, like I said before the intro rolled, we are going to be talking about the differences in the 6.5 Grendel versus the 6.5 Creedmoor. And yes, I do have the computer out because I am not a statistician or whatever. I'm going to be talking about like the basic overview. I will mention stats. I'm going to be referencing the Big Game Hunting blog. When I did my 308 versus 6.5 Creedmoor, I referenced these guys. They write really good articles. I find them very informative. So go check them out. But that's who I'll be using to reference when I talk about some of the things that I want to talk about. Alright, so before even that, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like and subscribe button if you find this video useful, if you find it informative in any sort of way, and just to show your support to 2A channels. I mean, we're really getting hit right now, so the support is appreciated. I love hearing from every single one of you guys. It means the absolute world to me. You have no idea how much it means to hear from people that watch my videos. It's very uplifting. Okay? Shameless plug before we really start. Merch, top link in the description. Pretty sweet stuff. Awesome sweatshirts. It's cold outside. Pick you up one. Alright, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about the 6.5 Grendel versus the 6.5 Creedmoor. This is, I feel like, a very... it's just as big a debate, really, in my opinion, as the 308 versus the 6.5 Creedmoor debate. Alright, so there's no clear winner on the 6.5 versus 308 debate, but I feel like there's more clear of a winner on this one, just because there's so much more comparable. Alright, so let's just begin by talking about the actual bullet itself. So both the 6.5, both 6.5s shoot a, I believe it's 2.64, it's the caliber, yeah, 2.64 bullet. Alright, and the big difference between these two is how much powder is behind them, and bullet weight, of course. So your 6.5 Creedmoor is, in general, going to be a larger round, alright? It's going to be a bigger bullet, or a bigger package, rather. And it's going to be shot in larger platformed rifles. So for example, you're going to get a lot of bolt guns in 6.5 Creedmoor. I have a Ruger in 6.5 Creedmoor. You'll get your AR-10s in 6.5 Creedmoor, like the larger framed rifles. Alright, 6.5 Grendel, you can still get bolt guns in 6.5 Grendel. I would say it's less common. 6.5 Grendel was really built for the AR-15. Bill Alexander with Alexander Arms, pretty local here. He came up with it forever ago, and it was meant for the AR-15 platform. Alright, so that's really where the Grendel shines. And if you're probably watching this, you're probably thinking about which one do you get. Do you get the AR-10 version of the 6.5 Creedmoor, or do you get the AR-15 version of the 6.5 Grendel? Okay, and I'm going to be honest with you up front. I don't have a lot of experience with the 6.5 Creedmoor in the AR-10 platform. I'm looking at building an upper for either that Diamondback right there or my M5 in the 6.5 Creedmoor, but it just hasn't happened yet. But I can talk to the round because, like I said, I do have a Ruger chambered in it, and I like it pretty good. I've shot it a lot, so I feel like I can talk a little bit to it. Alright, so let's get right down and dirty with it. Let's talk about the price. We're going to start by price. Both are crazy expensive by 308. No, I'm just kidding. The 6.5 Grendel, I'm trying to think about last time I was able to find ammo. I think I paid $25 for a box of Hornady SST 123 grain customs. And then my whitetail round that I use for my Creedmoor runs about 25 to 30 bucks. I use the Hornady Whitetail. I know some people that use the Hornady Precision rounds, and they're a little bit more expensive. I think they're $30 to $40. But you're hitting high prices. But I think the Grendel's just a hair cheaper. And with the Grendel, you can find plinking ammunition. I use the Wolf stuff. I can't really find plinking ammunition for my Creedmoor. That's one of the problems I have had, and that aspect of it kind of does suck, because I mean, you can't just go out and just shoot and shoot and shoot. Whereas the Grendel, I can go buy 300-400 rounds of Wolf at, well, it used to be $6 a box, and just whale at it, and it not do that big of a damage to me. Whereas a Creedmoor, usually about 20 bucks a box. I have found some about $15 a box, but for the most part, it's pretty expensive. Okay, so that's like the first big difference. Alright, second big difference, and we're going to go to the stat sheet for this one. Alright, is your drop over distance and the power that you get over distance. So over here on the hunting blog, they have a stat sheet put up. Alright, so the 6.5 Grendel at muzzle velocity, shooting a 123 grain bullet, will give you approximately 2,600 feet per second, okay, and with a muzzle energy of 1,800 foot-pounds. Alright, so your 6.5 Creedmoor with a 120 grain bullet gives you about 2,900 feet per second, roughly. I mean, I'm rounding these off. Don't try to check me on, like, stop. Alright, and then about 2,300 foot-pounds. So your difference there are pretty significant in terms of the two. So you get about 300 feet per second more on your 6.5 Creedmoor, and about, oh gosh, why can I not do math? I do math for a living. About 500 foot-pounds in energy at the muzzle. Okay, so let's stretch that out to a 200 yard. Say you zero it here, you are getting no drop because you zero it here. But then you get about 1,300 foot-pounds on your energy on impact with your Grendel, and about 1,700 foot-pounds with your energy on impact at 200 yards with your Creedmoor. So at that distance, you're getting a little bit more. Okay, you're getting a little bit more energy, or you're actually getting a considerable amount of energy out at 200 yards. Your Grendel's still hitting hard, but your Creedmoor is still hitting a lot harder. Let's go out to 500. Alright, I'm just skipping the 300, 400 yard mark. Actually, no, I'm not, because they're pretty comparable. At 300 yards, your Grendel is dropping 9 inches, and you're getting about 1,200 foot-pounds. At 300 yards with your Creedmoor is dropping 7 inches at this point. So there's a 2-inch difference there. And you're getting about 1,400 foot-pounds. So you have about 200 250 foot-pounds, like, given my bad rounding. Alright, so they're pretty comparable at 300 yards. You're still getting a lot more energy with your Creedmoor, but you have a lot more push behind it. It is a bigger round. You have a lot more powder behind it, okay? Now, you're starting to stretch out to 400 yards. You're getting a little bit more difference in your drop. So you're getting a 26-inch drop at 400 on your Grendel, and about a 20-inch drop on your Creedmoor. Okay, that's a 6-inch difference. All right, and that's pretty good drop, right? You get about 1,000 foot-pounds for your Grendel on force, and then on force for energy on your Creedmoor, you're getting about 2,300. So you're getting about 200 more foot-pounds of energy. All right. So then stretching it out even further at 500 yards, you're getting about 53 inches of drop on your Grendel and about 41 inches of drop on your Creedmoor. So that's about a foot difference at 500 yards in terms of drop. So your Creedmoor's still flying at that. All right. Then your Grendel has about 900 foot-pounds of energy, and then your Grendel has about 1,000. Okay, so as you can see, the further you go out, their energies are becoming closer and closer together. We only trek out to 500 yards here, so I can't really tell you at what 1,000 would look like. And I'm not bouncing around websites. I'm going to stick to one consistent source of information. Okay, so your Grendel, or your Creedmoor will obviously outperform your Grendel. You're getting the bigger bullet, the bigger platform. All right, but you got to think about your trade-offs here, and especially if you're looking at AR-15s. How far are you going to be shooting? Okay, what are you shooting at? All right, how much are you willing to pay to shoot at it? Okay, and is it worth it? Okay, for example, I hunt whitetail deer here in Virginia. I don't shoot over 300 yards because it's the mountains, man. There's no flat area here. Okay, I'm a firm believer in the Grendel because I've killed deer with it and it works phenomenal. I've killed deer with the 6.5 Creedmoor. It works phenomenal. But if I was to bump up to an AR-10 platform, I would find it unnecessary to carry the Creedmoor compared to the Grendel because the Creedmoor is heavier, a little bit more expensive to shoot, and heavier once again. I made a whole video on why it was heavier and I got railed for it. So maybe I'll be a little bit nicer. So I choose the Grendel because of that. Now if I'm shooting off a bench and I'm shooting longer distance, or I'm trying to hunt at longer distances, I probably would do the Creedmoor. I don't know exactly the trade-off between an 18-inch and a 20-inch Creedmoor. I've been looking at it. I've been looking at barrels, and there's very few 18-inch Creedmoors, so I wonder if that means like, hey, bad idea, or what. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the 16-inch 308. You kind of get that. You don't get as much powder burn on that 18 or the 16-inch barrel. I wonder if it's the same way for the Creedmoor in an 18-inch barrel. I digress. Anyway, back to it. So it's really what you want and what you're trying to get. So both of them do great. It just at what way you want it to do. So what I would say is the winner here is definitely 6.5 Creedmoor because it does everything great. Alright, you sacrifice a little bit of weight, but it performs fantastic. Okay, the Grendel, you get that less performance, but you get a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit more manageable, smaller platform. For example, just stuff like that. So that's where your trade-off comes, and that's where you need to decide which one's best for you at that right there. Okay, so that's kind of it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it was informative, but that's just what it is and how I look at it personally. Okay, so I think that about does it. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for watching. Please go hit the like and subscribe if you found this useful. It would mean the absolute world to me. Alright, also go check out merch. Link is in the top of the description. Alright, just check it out. That's all I ask. Alright, so I think that about does it for the video. As always, take someone outdoor, guys, and I will see y'all next time.